Hey DancePlug friends and fans, Benjamin Allen here, getting you plugged in. My next guests are professional ballet dancers. You saw them on Paula Abdul's Live to Dance. They were finalists, and now they are here promoting their brand new book and interactive CD, Prima The Ballerina. Please welcome Nikki and Ethan White. You guys, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
This is exciting.
Thank you.
You guys have a new book out. You guys have been working hard since the show.
Yes, we've had a very busy year. This was by far, I think, our biggest project, and something that I've had in the woodworks for a while. So
yeah, let's back up a little bit. You guys are from San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dancing professionally for many, many years. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about your experience in that world, in the ballet world.
You know, what we've been experiencing since we just moved to LA is the difference between the concert dance world and the commercial dance world, which is vast, and I'm sure a lot of dancers are familiar with it. But it's been an interesting adjustment for us, changing a little bit of what we do and how we approach our dance so it reads better on film. And also the dance communities are so different because once you're in a company, it's a bit of an institution and you're in it and you stay for 10 plus years a lot of times. So it's very different, whereas here you're changing communities all the time, meeting new people. So it's very different, more dynamic in a lot of ways.
Quick paced.
Yes.
Quick pace. We're moving.
Yeah,
LA moves.
fast.
Yeah, it does.
I like it though. I mean, it's one of those cities where even how, with how big it is, once you just get out there a little bit and start to meet people, it's amazing. It is still a small world. Everybody knows everyone. Like in the dance world, especially, everybody knows somebody else that you went to school with when you were 13. It's just
right.
like, no matter where you go in the dance world, you'll always find a familiar face. And that was very nice.
That's good. So you knew a few people coming out here, running into people you used to know.
Yeah. And now the longer we're here, the more people we find.
Oh, good. So you create your little family, your little circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very nice. What prompted you guys to get on the show? Like people didn't see the show. You guys auditioned, got on the show, became finalists. How did that play out for you?
I think a couple of reasons. One, we were seeing a lot of TV shows, and for one thing, we weren't seeing any women on point, which I felt really was something that the audience wanted to see, and that I wanted to see on TV too. And for So You Think You Can Dance, it's an awesome show, but you're doing other people's choreography, which is great. But Ethan and I had been working on our own stuff for quite a while, and our partnering abilities, I felt they were very unique, and we were kind of taking ballet and contemporary ballet and trying to make it really accessible. In this show, you could do your own choreography. You could dance with, as big of a group. You could be any age, any style, genre. Yeah. So it was the openness of the competition that drew us to it. And Ethan originally found out about it online, and we just got so excited. It was like, this is finally an avenue for us that we could take what we do and present it. So we were so excited when they opened, the guidelines up like that.
And they were responsive to it.
Almost surprisingly. There's this idea that ballet isn't well received on TV. The classic arts a lot of times are underrepresented, but we were so pleasantly surprised in the amount of feedback we got from all over the world. Get lots of emails from Malaysia and the Philippines and just all over about people who hadn't seen contemporary ballet or didn't have an idea of what it was.
Right.
So that was a big part of our mission, was opening up and creating more accessibility and kind of a bridge between the classical arts and more contemporary culture. And I feel like it was very successful in that. So that was a lot of our point.
Right.
And that's the point of doing the book as well, is to bring, to be able to share the classical arts and be a bridge to contemporary culture.
Yeah, I think also right now everything in the world is so fast paced, and I mean you can just access anything you want, anytime you need it, and we're getting a bit impatient. You know what I mean? Because we can just have it right there. And so I think the other nice thing in all the feedback we got from the show is that we came on and we didn't do an adagio, but we moved a bit slower. We showed the strength in between instead of, sometimes speed can hide a lot. And we wanted to come and show grace and beauty and something a little bit more romantic. And that was really fresh and new for people to see. And that was a lot of the responses we got was, people just saying, I've never seen anything like this on TV. And that meant just so much to us.
So now that the show has happened and you got a great response and a great feedback, you guys are now in LA, you've had this great idea for this book, and now it has been put into motion.
Yes, yes. I think the response from the show really gave me the confidence to pursue this idea that I've had for a very long time. I grew up with my mom. She had her own dance studio, and I was always helping her teach. And I started teaching the pre-ballet classes, the creative movement, from like 3 to 6 years old. And it's a very either challenging age or awesome. Like people either love it or they're like, no, thank you. And so, because they're in a different world. I mean, they're so creative. They're so imaginative. And I just fell in love with that age and was making up games and songs and activities and writing them all down and testing them all out. And I wanted to provide a way for teachers to access that information, like a very quick and easy lesson plan. And that's where the idea of the book came from. And then Ethan is an artist, and he sculpted the character out of clay.
So awesome.
And she, in real life, is like this big.
Yeah.
And she has a wire armature, so we could put her in. We could put her in correct positions. So you can tell she has really amazing feet and perfect ballet lines. And somebody said, aren't her positions a bit advanced for little ones? But what happens is when they see something like this, they imitate it. And a lot of times they do it perfectly. And so when I see books where they're dancing, but, it's not quite technically correct, that's fine. But I feel like people don't realize that little kids, they're quick. And they are, they're so flexible. That's when they're developing turnout and balance. Anyways, I just got super excited about Prima. And did you want to step in?
Well, I was just going to say kids are learning on a subconscious level at that age. And that was one of the important things to us, was to provide a representation and accurate lines. So because kids will actually learn them and they'll benefit from them later. And it happens so quickly and kind of subconsciously. I think it's important rather than dumbing things down for kids. You see a lot of books that are about dance and it'll just say, and the dancer twirled and spun and that was it. And the drawings don't indicate the lines that you would want to show. So
even though this is a story, it's still taking you through activities. It talks about how she imitates the butterfly's wings with her arms, and even the word flowing has kind of a flowing movement to it. And she rises up on her tippy toes and shuffles her feet. So it's very descriptive about the games. And we had a lot of fun putting this together because a lot of the background pictures are actually from Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, which is so fun. And, we drew some of the characters. The snakes are sock puppets. Those are our hands. You can tell which one is Ethan's because it's bigger than mine. And there's little ladybugs hiding on every page. In the book that's online, because there's the interactive version, when you click on the ladybugs, they fly around the page, and on some of the pages, they open up hidden instructional videos of me teaching the games. So a child can play this game, find the ladybugs, watch the videos, and get up and play the game with me. Or a teacher can watch it and go, oh, that's how to play the game, or, if they're still feeling a bit lost. And the other part of the package is the CD that goes with it. And it was composed by Lucy Hudson, this amazing woman who used to play piano for me for pre-ballet class in San Francisco. And she's one of those women that she can just compose on the spot. It was amazing. And she composed music for me. So there's music for all the different animals. And there's a description, a very detailed description of each one in the CD for teachers to look at. And it's couldn't be more basic. Have them sit in a circle, one at a time. Do this, say that. Spell it out. Because that's what I needed when I first started teaching, and I couldn't find anywhere. And
it's meant for teachers to use as a guide, and then they can make up their own things within the structure and stuff and add their own things. So it's not meant to be something to replace their teaching. It's just to help, and it provides a way to teach kids certain things that they're learning at that age developmentally. 4-year-olds are really learning balance. So if you're teaching 4-year-olds, you really want to do a lot of balance games because that's when proprioception happens. So thinking about those things and kind of guiding the curriculum in that way was important to us as well.
And making it accessible to not just dance teachers. So now we've done this in elementary schools, libraries. You can do it at daycare. Any adult can take these books, with or without dance training, hopefully, and read the descriptions and read the story and, fill up an hour of games and activities with a child.
Perfect for birthday parties, babysitters.
You got all that? Do you understand how great this book is?
Anybody who wants to teach kids and entertain kids.
It's fantastic. The book is so well thought out. You guys have obviously put in so much time thinking about the age group that you're targeting and who can actually use this and why and how they can use it. Yeah. I love the concept that teachers, if you are a teacher out there or non-teacher, or you want to use it for a birthday party, that you can pick up this book and you've got all the lesson plans there. You've got the music there. You can learn it. You can put your own spin on it. It's really great that you guys spent the time doing this.
Thank you.
I'm curious because I'm sure there's people out there too that have a similar dream of, I've always wanted to write a book or put something together. Let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges getting it off the ground, because I know it wasn't just something that you spent 2 weeks on and saw it happen. Right.
I'll touch on one thing first, and then I'll let you do one. One thing for me was testing it on kids, because initially I was just going to write a book for adults with just the games and say, this is what you do, this is how you play them. And then I realized that I wanted to connect with the kids in a way that they can understand as well. And that's when it became a children's book. So my class in San Francisco, bless their hearts, these little kids must have listened they were my test group. And I wrote 5 books right off the bat. So I have 5 in the works. It's going to be a series, and they listened to Prima and they gave me feedback. And 5-year-olds will tell you what they like or don't like.
They will.
And so the editing process was really interesting because it's multi-layered. I had to make sure to entertain the kids, make it understandable as activities so that they were guidelines, but that it wasn't just an exercise book, so that it wasn't just rules and this is what you do. There's still a story. There's still a moral. She talks about how every animal is different and how some kids don't like snakes, but Prima likes snakes. And so the moral of the story is to not be judgmental. And so it's not just a dance book. It's, it touches on not being, is that the right word? Yeah, like not discriminating because they're black and they're ants and they're slimy. Like she still likes them and appreciates that they can work together and carry leaves on their heads. So I had to kind of take a lot of points and try and make them cohesive. And that for me was very challenging. A
lot of rewriting and editing and kind of
making the book broad and very accessible rather than just teaching class. It's because to be commercial now you have to appeal to a huge broad audience. And that's one of the things we're experiencing now. We self-published the first book. We wanted to kind of solidify our brand image and put it out there and not have it manipulated or changed right off the bat. So we self-published the first book and we've been promoting it, doing events and having incredible response. We wanted to kind of refine the product and the brand and see which direction we want to go in the future. And we're just in the process of starting to approach publishers because we do realize we need a bigger partner to help the distribution and help get it out there. It's a massive process, and anybody who's been involved understands, I think.
Yeah.
It becomes quite clear very quickly.
We've been blessed that we've been able to get it out to all of our friends and we've had a really wonderful response. But yeah, just like he's saying, I think like with anybody that's created something, to get the news out past your circle is a very big challenge. But luckily in this day and age with technology and social media, we're getting there. But it's still a tough process.
I like that you can download. You can digitally download the book.
Right.
Yeah. So that way, you don't have to have it shipped. You can just go on your computer real quick, purchase it. I think $6.99
for the book.
Totally affordable, the interactive book. So very simple.
And the kids can, there's a read it to yourself thing. So the kids can just get on the computer and basically do a ballet class in their living room when they're,
I'm pretty sure most of the kids are on their iPads right now, right?
Right,
So
absolutely.
And it's narrated, so I'm the narrator. So you will have me read the book to you if you get the online version. So
I love that. Yeah, this is very exciting for you guys. I'm very, very, very happy. What are the next steps? I know we were talking earlier about the series, more books coming out. Are those in the works now?
The series is very exciting to me. I'm building the puppets right now out of foam latex, like traditional stop motion puppets. So it's all going to be stop motion animated. And some of the next books, you know, Prima does a hip hop class and learns how ballet can help support a hip hop class, or she learns other styles of dance. She travels to India and learns Bharatanatyam. And at the same time, she's learning other lessons and other life lessons, things that we would learn from other cultures. She goes to karate class. There's also a boy that becomes one of her friends and partners. So we're going to introduce young boy dancers to dance as well.
Excellent. Which again, I think is very important.
Yes, very important.
You've got all your bases covered. Look at what you're doing for all the wonderful little kids out there. Very, very, very exciting. Is there anything else that you guys want to share that you've got in the works? I know we will have a link for people who want to check out the book and get it ordered or downloaded.
Yeah, primatheballerina.com. It couldn't really be. We were lucky to get that one. Actually, we're gonna be at the Orange County Book Festival at the end of September, and we'll be performing and inviting kids up onto stage to play all the activities with me, and I'll be in a tutu and tiara. So come on.
I think we'll be on the main stage. I think right after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, which is kind of exciting. So.
Then I'll come out in a tutu right afterwards. Hi guys.
Perfect. That's excellent. Yeah. It's really great to hear about the success so far, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes. Dance teachers, studio owners, anybody out there that is interested looking for lesson plans, definitely check out primatheballerina.com. It just rolls off the tongue.
It does.
It's so nice. I love that, and really looking forward to seeing what comes next for you guys. Great. Appreciate you taking the time for being here. You guys, make sure you guys stay plugged in. Check out primatheballerina.com. Ethan and Nikki White, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Bye.